Welcome to the 07 show.
Hi, we've got a very exciting show lined up for you guys today. We've got a bunch of interviews, one about Eve Tech 3 and of course the Flight Academy tutorials, but we've also got a message from CCP Quant about skill trading.
CCP Quant, our data scientist who is going to talk about skill trading and give us insight on skill issues in EVE Online, skill stuff in EVE Online.
Exactly.
And and we also want to mention that you can now live tweet us using our hashtag 07show. So that's 07show, and we'll try to show your tweets here. We do have CCP Tara in the next room moderating, so rest in peace, Tara's eyes. But if you want to fill your own newsfeed with terrible things, then you know that's...
Then that's on you, not on us. Yeah. But first, we're going to go over to Team 50 and see what they've been doing for the Citadel expansion.
I'm working on the capital changes coming this spring, and I personally have mostly been focusing on fighters and the new fighter squadrons that we're adding to capitals. You will have a brand new management to get your fighters in space and how to navigate them, and some new UI for the HUD as well, so you can control them. This will hopefully make capitals more fun to fly, and you can just go around and shoot your friends and enemies.
So we've been working on lots and lots of stuff to do with the new fighter squadrons, which are going into carriers. We're introducing light support and heavy fighter squadrons, and in fact we just added the Tech 2 versions of the existing fighters and the new fighters, and we'll probably talk about that in a dev blog soon. And then yesterday we had a massive play test where we got to have two different sides fighting each other. One was defending a new Citadel, the other side was attacking and trying to kill all the defenders. I was leading the intrepid CCP defender force, while CCP Fozzy was leading all of the aggressive pirates coming to take our Citadel. I died yet again, but the test was really fun. Everyone had a whole bunch of fun, and it was really exciting to see the new fighter squadrons in action and all the different abilities working. We have a bunch of UI we need to polish, but we're getting there.
Welcome back. We have with us a special guest. Welcome to the show, CCP Gunshow.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel there's a certain contrast here between us, and can we get a picture of Gunshow? Yes, that's the picture I wanted to see. That's just to make me feel a little better. That's Gunshow with the mountain from Game of Thrones, of course.
Yeah, I usually don't feel small, just in general, but that day I experienced myself as a really small human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about. Okay, so tell me, who is CCP Gunshow and what do you do here at CCP?
Yeah, okay. I'm IT manager / producer.
Okay.
So I run the internal IT operations, and then I'm also making sure that the guys running the Eve and Dusk clusters are doing their job.
I like it. So you've been involved in a pretty big project recently called TQ Tech 3.
Yeah, that is without a doubt the biggest assignment the operations department has taken upon. It is called TQ Tech 3 because it's basically we're moving TQ and we're doing it for the third time.
Yeah.
It started in a data center in London called Cable and Wireless. Moved into a data center called Telecity.
Yeah.
And then they moved between floors within Telecity.
Okay.
And now we are actually moving to a brand new location.
Brand new location. Still in London.
Still in London, yeah. Just a tiny bit to the left on the map.
Yes, to the left in London. Yeah, you heard it here. So and this is not just a move. We're also doing some pretty extensive upgrades.
Yeah. We reference this as a move, but everything's brand new. As you can see here, we bought a ton of hardware, literally 1.5 tons.
Yeah.
And we set this all up here in the office in Reykjavik. Had a blast in December when we ran the Solace test.
Yeah.
So, and we're setting everything up new in this new data center, and then we're kind of smoothly transitioning the services over.
That's not TQ in this picture, by the way.
Yeah. Things can get bloody and messy in EVE, and this just demonstrates how it looks.
Yeah.
Couple of minutes before we set everything up.
Yeah, Titan graveyard right there. So
yeah.
So and this is more akin to what it's going to look like in its finished state.
Yeah, this is the beauty. This is TQ in its essence.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. 11 cases you told me for TQ.
Yeah. Today TQ is 11 racks. We call it
11 racks. Yes. Excuse my amateurness here.
So we consolidated down to 4, and that is because we are splitting it in half. All the test servers, Singularity, Multi, Dupli, and all Duplicity, and those. That's your home turf.
Yes.
Those guys are coming back home to Iceland and will be there, operated from our data center here in the volcano.
Awesome. So yeah, and they're going to be sort of like a kind of like a soft backup, right? For
Yeah. The whole idea is to have Iceland as a disaster recovery site.
Nice.
Basically, what we're doing right now is taking the best bits out of TQ in its current state. We move that back home to Iceland, and then when we've transitioned over to the new site, it's going to act like as a backup. But also, it's going to be running Singularity and all those test servers on a day-to-day basis.
And there was something you told me about mirroring, that it's going to be more frequent now that we have the servers closed.
Yeah. Sadly, we had an incident the other day around we weren't able to give the QA department a mirror, like a fresh mirror, but a lot of the things that we're hitting these days, we always keep saying the same excuse. When we're in the new place, everything's going to be better. We're going to be able to do this and this. So it's really exciting to be actually in that position to be able to give EVE development, QA, whoever, a copy of TQ within an hour.
That's awesome. That's really good.
So
stuff.
That's the goal, and that's what we're aiming for.
And it's gonna so that's gonna help the development. But once TQ has been started with all the fresh hardware, what's it gonna mean for players? How are they gonna feel it in game?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that I have on my radar is in regards of operations in general. So we have been focusing heavy on redundancy. We've been focusing heavy on obviously performance. All this is something that we will be keeping a close eye on. But the actual players, the indications we saw from the December run will definitely show that the tie-dye, for example, is something that we're gonna try to lower. It's a fact. We saw it was much lower than. It was actually quite funny to see a ton of people in one system. And we were looking at all the indicators, and we didn't see any tie-dye starting. So we said to ourselves, we need to somehow try to generate tie-dye.
Yeah.
So let's keep the machine running here and push it to the edge. So that's what we actually had to do to try to generate tie-dye. We had to manipulate some smart bombs and try to generate basically extreme load on the servers, which eventually we were able to do.
Yeah.
But it's kind of not the normal day in EVE. You're not having I don't know how many Titans there were there in that one system going apeshit.
Hundreds of players, 666. You told me.
I saw it. Coincidentally, I saw one screenshot of a player number. It was 666, but we went up to more than 1,000. So on a test server, which is pretty good.
And struggling to get tie-dye. That's going to be interesting. I wonder if tactics will have to be mended to when people can't count on tie-dye kicking in when they bring all their friends.
Absolutely, I'm pretty sure that in a big fleet fight, the tactics are tailored around tie-dye will kick in, and you will have a couple of seconds or even more to rethink. But when we transitioned over, you better act fast, you better be quick.
Yeah, I like
else
it.
you're dead.
I like it, and I'm sure the players are going to like it too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some people who haven't been following up on this, they may think this is like some futuristic dream. But like, what's the timeline sort of on this?
Yeah, I can smell this move.
Yeah,
I literally can.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's there. We will be done by Fanfest.
Awesome.
And that's just a fact. Okay. And also, it's important to say that I shout out basically to my team for all their efforts, all the long weekends and all the long hours. We're putting all this effort in to have the smoothest transition as we possibly can. We did not want to go with the approach where say like, hey, sorry, Eve, we're gonna shut off for 2 days, but when we're back up, everything's gonna be better. That's not what we were going for. We want to have a smooth transition, like a regular, extended, long downtime. But I've been getting some good info on short, smooth transition.
That's awesome. I like it. Okay, thank you for coming. I will let you get back to upgrading TQ. And we are going to take a look at the 07 report by Hendrik Talladar, who's going to tell us what's been happening in space lately, and then we're going to go on to the news and learn more about what's been going on outside and some inside the game. So let's take a look at that.
Hello there, space friends. Hendrik Talladar here with another episode of the 07 report. As we are short on time, let's get started with looking at some of the notable events over the past few weeks. We'll first start in the southeast of Nullsec, where the Drone Region Federation have continued to force their way into the Dread Menace Coalition space after they successfully captured the RMC's main staging system back in December. This has also seen the Test Alliance-led Dank Meme Coalition make their way into the INS Mother region, as well as the Torrid, coming to blows with the DRF over control of resources and systems. Meanwhile, Dreamfleet, who made up the other half of the RMC, continued to dwell in the Torrid region, although for how long is anybody's guess. Meanwhile, in the southwest in Delve, Northern Coalition and their sister alliance Northern Army squared off against the NPC residents of Delve. This small skirmish quickly escalated into a capital fight that saw NC. Caught in a trap set by Dangerous Voltage, Losechnia Shalopin, and others. The fight saw over 400 billion ISK in destruction, most of which was incurred by NC. And their allies. 109 billion of which was in the losses of a single Titan during the battle. In the north of Nullsec, the Imperium suffered over 220 billion ISK in losses to the team of Pandemic Legion, Northern Coalition, the OSS, and a few others. Pandemic Legion and company had successfully caught a Fidelis Constance Titan that was attempting to move its staging system alongside a subcapital fleet. When the MOVE fleet spotted Black Ops ships in the area, they attempted to navigate around them, but were caught by bubbles, prompting the aggressors to pile in, and the battle began. In total, the losses reached 230 billion ISK, with the attacking fleet mostly comprised of Pandemic Legion, suffering over 5 billion ISK in losses. Again, since we're short on time, let's now take a look at the notable kills over the past few weeks. First up, Snuffed Out lost a Ragnarok Titan in the Placid system of Brispire. Pandemic Legion are credited with the kill mail valued at 113 billion ISK. The Wrecking Crew destroyed a 103 billion ISK Ragnarok in the Thakala system, located in the Devoid region, that belonged to no alliance. Triumvirate suffered a 109 billion ISK Leviathan loss in the Iridia system of Zaqq to Losechnia Shalopin and their allies. Pandemic Legion and a few friends are credited with destroying a Circle of 2 Ragnarok in the IPay-2 system located in Vale of the Silent. The ship was valued at 114 billion ISK. Triumvirate lost a second Titan, this time to the Wrecking Crew, in the S1-XTL system located in Scalding Pass. The Erebus was valued at 108 billion ISK. Fidelis Constance lost a 111 billion ISK Titan to Pandemic Legion in the BKG-Q2 system located in Branch. Goonswarm Federation destroyed an Alliance-class Avatar Titan in the QXW-PV system located in Cloud Ring, earning a 131 billion ISK kill mail. Wrecking Crew also destroyed another non-Alliance Titan, this time in Erebus, in the JMAS system in Derelict, valued at 117 billion ISK. Northern Coalition suffered a 109 billion ISK Ragnarok loss to Losechnia Shalopin and their allies in the 1-SMEB system located in Delve. And finally, the first ever Fiend was destroyed thanks to the efforts of the Wrecking Crew. The 154 billion ISK cruiser belonging to the Cade Orbit was destroyed in the Interrailan system located in the Citadel region. Alright folks, that's it for this edition of the 07 report. I am Hendrik Talladar, and I will see you next time.
Good evening. Elections for the Council of Stellar Management are around the corner. The candidate application process has started and remains open until February 9th, with voting starting on February 29th. Accepted candidates will have 20 days to convince a whole galaxy of their worth, or to convince their alliance leader they are worthy of this year's block vote. The CSM Winter Summit takes place in Reykjavik around the middle of February. For further updates on CSM stuff, visit the CSM portal.
The Upwell Consortium is seeking help from Capsuleers in gathering research components to construct the first citadels in New Eden. Each component, turned in via contract, buys an entry into a draw for Citadel blueprint copies. If certain benchmarks are reached, more and better prizes will be unlocked. Citadels are coming.
Fanfest is but 3 months away. Preparations are already in full swing here in Reykjavik. Fanfest takes place in late April this year, and details will be emerging in the coming weeks. What we can share with you now is that negotiations have been reached with 2 of Iceland's biggest bands, who'll be playing at the final party, the party at the top of the world. Skálmöld, the epic Viking metal band that played for us in 2013, will return and warm up for the Permaband, which is taking over the last bit of the party this year. The rockstar members of the Permaband are notoriously elusive and hard for press to reach, but if said, they'll have a whole show for you this year with DJs, surprise guests, and sweaty insanity.
Capsuleers continue to gather periodically in so-called real life. Event is taking place on Saturday, February the 20th, this time starting with a pub crawl the night before on the Friday. Tickets are available at eve-nt.uk. CCP has already got its tickets and is sending CCP Masterplan and CCP Lebowski, who are currently working on things such as new capital mechanics and the fighter management. So they'll have plenty to talk about.
EVE London is happening February 27th. These gatherings are always huge, and CCP Falcon, our community manager, will be there. If you like big public pub fleets, this one is for you.
EVE Dublin is also taking place on February the 27th with law expert CCP Affinity attending. This is the second Dublin meet, and judging by the first one, it should be a lot of fun.
Other meets in the next month include Omaha, Ottawa, Houston, Vancouver, Toronto, Vienna, Edmonton, Bristol, and Dallas.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Welcome back. For more information about player gatherings, please go to evemeet.net.
Indeed. But one thing that is happening this Sunday is the eve-bet.com. Sorry, I always hear that in Bram Stoker's voice, and there's never going to be anything that changes that. The eve-bet.com's Eve Pinata, I believe it is.
Yes. So there's going to be some smashing going on in space. It's going to be probably a big event. We have some notorious fleet commanders who have vowed their support and are going to be there with people, taking public invites even from anybody, or accepting, like inviting people to their fleets. Let's just put it that way. And the location in-game of the event is still secret, but it's going to be released on Saturday on the EveBet Facebook account and Twitter.
And their Twitter feed, yes.
Yeah.
So definitely keep an eye out for that. But one thing that we did speak about in the news, as you heard, was Fanfest.
Yes.
With the announcement of the bands that are going to be playing at the party at the top of the world. And one thing that we wanted to bring your attention to was that there's going to be an Alliance attendance competition. So, if you're there, if you've bought your ticket already, then get onto Eventbrite and make sure that your Alliance is tagged with your character so that we can count you towards that and win you a prize.
Any Alliance with more than 10 members will be entered into a draw, and there's going to be all kinds of cool prizes for you at Fanfest. So, yeah.
Exactly. And if you don't know what to expect when you come to Fanfest, then CCP Curtis and CCP Ruffage are going to be having an AMA on Monday at 1300, which is 1 p.m. our time, 1300 Eve time, on the Eve subreddit.
Yeah.
On Reddit.
And so you can ask them whatever you want, particularly about Fanfest and what you should do in Iceland and all that stuff. So it's going to be a party.
What's required to travel here and what you can bring, and all those things.
Then, as always, we're going to have shipskins for Fanfest, and we want to show you some work in progress on these shipskins. This time, because of the Amar theme of the Fanfest, with the Amar Championships taking place, of course, Imperial Armaments have decided to sponsor the event with skins. So we have an Abaddon, an Omen, and an Oracle, I believe they're going to give us. And these skins look amazing. These are the first Imperial Armament skins ever in game, and they have a special logo and everything. So.
They do. And the last thing on Fanfest is the fact that tomorrow the Fanfest Memories Contest is going to be starting. So keep an eye out for that.
It's finishing tomorrow.
Oh, it's finishing.
Yes.
Sorry, my fault. Sorry.
So tomorrow it's finishing, and it's going to be there's a grand prize draw tomorrow. So it's going to be something to follow.
So you've still got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Just
so keep posting your Fanfest memories with the Eve Fanfest hashtag.
Exactly. But have you ever asked yourself what's in a name? Have you?
Well, we went and asked CCP Ytterbium where he got this dev name from. So let's take a look at that.
Your dev name, Ytterbium,
yes.
Did you choose that when you were a game master, or is that something that you selected later on when you became a designer?
No. I chose that when I first was a volunteer for CCP.
Volunteer?
Yeah, when I was working in Aurora in part of the events we were having back then. Oh my God, I feel so old now. When was this? 2004.
It's a good ways away. Why did you pick Ytterbium?
It's to make me look smart. It's an element from the periodic table.
Is it?
Atomic number is 70, I think. It's a Yan 30. I just don't know how to pronounce this in English. I'm sorry. And Ytterbium has very practical uses. It can be used to reinforce steel or make atomic clocks.
Very nice. You seem to be very informed about your own dev name. I'm impressed.
I just searched the topic before.
You not only look smart, but you are smart. What else can we say? CCP Ytterbium, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And before we...
So now you know. 2 days ago, the Upwell Consortium started construction on some citadels, and they are, as we said in the news, seeking help from capsuleers and taking building components from players through contract. And unfortunately, it seems that players have decided that they're going to resist such an effort. So Upwell has posted a response about this, and OSS,
who claim to have done nothing wrong.
Have responded. Their response is on Reddit, so definitely go and take a look at that. But
apparently they blew up a citadel in construction.
This is, yes, rather disruptive.
Yeah. I heard someone put up a can in space and named it Don't Come Back. But, Upwell will probably be back.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, those who have been doing well is on the 26th of January is, I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah, how do you pronounce this name?
Kayaman Thesiet.
Kayaman Thesiet, yeah.
Sorry about that,
yeah.
my reading is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on the 27th of January was Wolf 2012. So if you are in support of Upwell Consortium, then please take part, gather all those building components and see what you might get out of it. I believe that there's some BPCs on the line.
Yeah.
But talking about citadels, we've decided that you might be able to have some rather indestructible ones instead.
Yes, these citadels we're about to show you are indestructible unless, OSS has your house keys or something like that. But,
exactly.
We asked people to build their own homemade citadels. We didn't really tell people much about what they need to do. Just use whatever you have in your house and build your own citadels. And we got a lot of really good ones. And we're going to show them to you. And there's winners. We had to divide them into categories.
Because there were so many.
Yes.
So this first category is, of course, the all-weather ones. This is a fantastic-looking city by Jawa Lord.
This is like outdoors, all-weather stuff. There's you see some camping gear there. This is great. Capsuleer maybe peeking there behind, or a construction worker. And the winner in this category is Bethel Shortbus.
Yes, and we actually have a message from him saying that this is High Fort 1 with its chief designer Freddie and his construction minion. Please note the two mammoths, which I don't know if you can see in in the picture, 2 mammoths and the Victorionics luxury yacht on the undock. Freddie is also pictured deploying a Citadel from his Fenrir, so thank you for that. And they are, of course, the winners of the all-weather category.
Yeah. We keep tweeting us, by the way, with the 07 hashtag.
Exactly.
You might appear on TV. The next category, remember, we didn't give any instructions. So we got quite a few edible, ones. So this is the edible category.
I believe that this is some Marian and Galantian commanders who are defending and attacking a Citadel.
Yes.
Looks jolly tasty.
It's very sweet. So the next one, it's a high carb entry.
Does fitted with. I can't remember.
These are defense modules, and then we have we put this one in the edible category because it has
cutlery.
Yeah, it has a lot of cutlery, and so it fits nicely in there. So it's very nice from Ras Vidal. And the next one is it's sushi in space. It's pretty great.
Sushi in space.
I mean, who doesn't like sushi in space? So
this is true.
It's pretty great. The next one, yes.
I believe that these hooks at the top are for tethering titans. That
Exactly.
was the note that was sent to us. It looks like some jolly nice chocolate.
And this is why we selected this to be the winner of this category, because we like the hooks for titans. Yeah, really good thinking there, because otherwise the titans might just float away or something. So the next category then is pillow forts. Who doesn't like building pillow forts? And a lot of people went that route. This one
is been numbered incorrectly with our media player, unfortunately. But yes, we'll run through them now.
Yeah.
There are quite a few. I believe this was built at a science museum. And the next one.
This is a glorious pillow fort with a couple of rookies getting permission to dock there, which is quite generous and nice to see. This one is a Minmatar one, as you can tell by the insignia. And
it must be taken with a Minmatar camera as well.
Yes, yes. I believe that might be the case. Sir Smashalot has inside-outside view there, pretty cool. Brought all his equipment in there to play Eve, which is awesome. And this one is pretty special because it was actually deployed on TQ, as you can see. This glorious pillow fort was put in the game, which is good thinking.
And this is a second one from Jawa Lord, where you can see the guard sitting outside his citadel, and it's taken up his entire living room, plus an interior view where I believe he's got a fridge for refreshments.
Pretty cool stuff. The winner in this category is from Russia, and he told us a story about this glorious citadel. We chose this one, by the way, because it has the aesthetics. It looks just like a citadel. He took great care to make it get the shape right. And apparently, you can see his kitchen there off to the right. He closed it off for 2 days, and it was
his girlfriend was not very
No,
impressed.
They probably almost starved to death, but it was worth it because he wins the prize for this category.
Exactly. The next category coming up is, of course, those that contain cats or dogs.
Cats or dogs.
Yes. So first up, we have, there's a cat. I can't remember the story that goes behind this, but there was something that it was tethering. It's a long story, but there's a cat, so therefore it falls into this one.
Yeah.
Up next, we have a dog with ships and hull breaches and some surface cracks.
Really pretty dog, and it's good stuff. So next one we have...
And the winner of this category is, of course, Whipped Lots of Gold. And this comes with a particular message for the all-new Citadels. Comes with a hefty price tag, paper armor, and all-new cat modules for those pesky rat problems. Get yours now before they're all gone. There is unfortunately a disclaimer on this, and that no cats were harmed during filming. Bribery of the cat may or may not have been included. The rats got what they deserved. Paper armor is not resistant to space, water, lasers, moving ships, fire, gravity, or any other space phenomena. Please do not use outside of controlled environments, and the scale is 1:1.
We should hire this guy as a game designer because he thinks of everything.
Definitely. And last but not least, of course, we have the arts, crafts, and graphics category. We got a hell of a lot of submissions. This, I believe, is something to do with the blender, but we didn't quite understand
It's
what
like
he was
Blender
talking
mixed
about.
with computer graphics, and it's a Citadel, which is like pretty imaginative if you ask me.
There you go. Yes. Next up, we have a
Yeah, it's like a
cardboard
cardboard Citadel. Getting the shape pretty well. Yeah, it's really nailing the shape there. And yes, this one is like this one is really cool. Has a rifter flying out of it, and yeah, really like this one. It looks cool.
Next up, we have Nira Saldana, and this is actually built on a martini glass. You can see the base of it there.
So it's like a special martini. This one was really impressive. Well done, even sketched up beforehand. So a lot of thought put into the design. It looks great. And the next one. This one is special.
This is very special, and if we'll cut back to the studio, this arrived in the post today, which is actually the 3D printed model that is shown on the TV at the moment. And it comes with a fleet of both red and blue ships.
Little 3D printed ships, they're great.
Yes, exactly. So thank you very much for sending that. That is going to now live on the 07 set. And I'm going to try not to break it, putting it down.
But the winner in this category was...
the winner for this category, which we decided, although
this was the winner for the category, but we have an overall winner. An overall winner, which came from sort of this category, if he would have fallen into a category. Yes, I
suppose it would be. But we felt that this was needed because of the amount of effort that went into it to show the correct scale. So if we can show that up on your screen now, please.
This is made out of cardboard. It's painted. There's great care taken to detail. And the little ships there, man. It's awesome. Oh.
It's great. So congratulations to Foxy Nom Nom for winning our overall Citadel competition. But everybody who took part is, of course, going to be winning a Quaif Vexor skin.
Yep.
The winner of each category gets a Plex as well.
Yep.
And of course, Foxy Nom Nom will get an additional Plex on top of that. So thank you very much for everyone who took part. This was probably the most fun we've had in trying to decide what you're going to be creating as. And from all the messages that you sent us, I'm sure you guys had just as much fun.
It was absolutely a lot of fun. And we're going to have more contests like these to let you show your creativity, to keep your eyes open for more news on that.
Exactly. But we're going to have another interview just now, so we need to get another guest on. But until then, we are going to show you something else that's been player created, and that is a video for, a trailer for Fintarue's Logi Force Night made by Zaqq. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. We are here with CCP Nova and of course CCP Mimic, who has now turned into a guest mysteriously and is gonna talk to us. You guys are here to talk about the Fight Academy. You told me.
The Flight Academy.
The Flight Academy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Flight Academy. Okay. So, the Flight Academy. Tell me about the Flight Academy. What's that?
Well, the Flight Academy is it's a team of us who make tutorial videos for newer players about certain aspects of the game. And we started this, well, it actually started with CCP Ytterbium and CCP Guard running new player training sessions. And these are currently still up on Evelopedia. So if you want to go and run through what they covered, there's a whole bunch on fitting or crime watch or all sorts of things.
Yeah.
But when they were running these almost like seminars where a group of new players would just listen and they talk through mechanics and then would go on a roam, they decided that it would be better to do this as a video.
Yeah.
And so they approached CCP Ytterbium, who is our broadcast director and all-round nice guy, really.
Who's in there controlling the broadcast right now.
Yes, he is. And he spoke to me, and we decided that together this was a fantastic idea, and we put together the first introduction to New Eden type videos. At the same time, CCP Nova, you can, at the same time, CCP Thunder, I suppose.
Yeah, CCP Thunder. He was a lead game master at the time. He was running a project or initiating a project which had a parallel or a similar idea behind it, which was creating videos on behalf of customer support. And the purpose was to reduce ticket numbers with tips and tricks, you know, good game practices. For example, how to avoid when you're traveling through the map, how to avoid hot systems. And these tips and tricks that would help the player, but not teach them how to play.
Yeah, like not make them masters of the game necessarily, but more just get them.
Yeah, and then of course we heard about this initiative, and we thought that we should have a chat and see if it wouldn't be a logical step to just combine the forces and see what we could come up with. And I think we've done a pretty good job, and our manifesto, which we laid out at the onset, I think we've managed to keep it, you know, spot on, and we did some tests with
GM Scotsman, I believe.
GM Scotsman, like a prototype of how we want the things to look. And what I'm really happy about myself is that we kept this element of developers presenting the features, you know. And
we have all kinds of different developers coming into...
From different places. We have GMs, people from the HR department, of course game designers, and it's a joy actually to do these things.
And you guys are building up quite a library of these, so...
We do. We've got 48 videos on our Flight Academy YouTube channel at the moment, and we've got almost 4,000 subscribers, so... If you haven't subscribed yet, then definitely do that and let everybody know who doesn't know about it.
Okay.
But I'm no longer a game master, and so I've passed running this project over to CCP Nova, and he's taken it quite far, and there's a bunch of new changes that are coming pretty soon, which are really exciting.
Tell us what's going to happen with these videos. We're all excited.
So where we are today, and I'm really happy to announce it on the show, is that we're bringing these tutorials into the client through the F12 help menu. And they're streamed from our servers, so they're not connecting through to an external server or anything.
That's awesome.
And the players can actually check it out. It's live on Singularity.
Okay.
And I believe we've got a video of that, of how to get through it. So we'll show that while we're talking about it. And these are all going to be available with either English, Russian, German, or French subtitles.
And it's automatically supplied depending on what language you have set as the language of the client.
That's pretty great. And what I really like about these, and it's like you can like we have a core audience probably of some pretty experienced players, but like they all have friends, and everybody knows new people in the game and wants to bring their friends in. And this is like a really good way to.
But not only new people, and I think we should stress that this is also an opportunity for veterans to diversify their play style and try out new things or discover new ways of making money or whatever. I mean, for example, with the sovereignty changes and teaching how to
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a new player will not be watching these videos, how to conquer territory.
No,
not
yeah,
yet.
because all of them are not
You know.
like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
so I mean, this is a multifaceted tool or a project.
Yeah.
As you can see there, it was earlier. You can turn off the in-game subtitles.
Nice.
But this is a very rudimentary player, and of course we're going to iterate on it and try to improve it and stuff.
Really cool. Really
but
cool.
it's functional right now, and
it's in the game. You never have to leave Eve again.
Yeah,
that's just that's our goal.
You
That's
need
our
a
goal.
tip on how to scan, then just pull up the tutorial and watch it and remember.
Now we just need actual refrigerators in Eve, and then.
But we would love people to visit our YouTube channel and make a comment or a suggestion, or even go to our forums. And if they have suggestions for videos, and I guess we could ask them to also send us an email with suggestions or in scripts.
Yeah.
In fact, we have been exploring options to allow players to participate in creating these videos. So I mean, and that's one way for the player to get engaged in this, in the creation of this. You know, creating stuff is always fun.
It's great, and we have so many creative players and smart players and helpful players who just want to, you know, contribute to the greater, you know, Eve community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's really cool. So, like, you know, not that I can get much better at Eve, but I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna look at all these videos, and then I'm gonna go and, you know, beat the end boss.
I thought you were the end boss.
I will be after I kick his
watching
butt.
the videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it works, I think.
And we have another batch of videos planned for probably about a week and a half's time.
Okay.
And that's going to cover skill trading and the new map and the new camera. We also have some planned that are going to go into the mechanics of the market and things like that. But unfortunately, the market is such a large area of the game that it's taking a bit longer to refine those scripts. So that's why it hasn't been as quick.
Yeah, we got to get it right.
I should mention, and I think it's important for everybody to know, that the videos are not intended to teach the players how to be the best at something.
Okay.
I mean, they're just like Thunder's initial idea. It's to teach them how to use the features in its basic form, and then allow the player to explore the possibilities of using it to their, you know, best advantage, and beat the end boss.
Meet the end boss, yes, of course. Will players? We got a question from in-game, well, from a viewer. If we can link these in chat.
Yes,
you can.
You can link them. You can drag them to the chat window.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like doing that. Drag and drop is one of my favorite things about the internet.
Yeah, it's the only games you play, right?
Yeah. All right, so that's fantastic. Any final words before you go and make more videos?
I think we've covered everything, but just go subscribe to the channel and let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see, what areas of the games aren't covered yet. We know that there's a bunch more that we still have to do. But yeah, that's about it. And I guess we better go on, seeing as we were mentioning skill trading.
Yes.
That we should actually go and
hear more about skill trading, because skill trading is coming to EVE in February. This has been a debated feature, obviously, because skill training and skill progression is a core part of EVE Online. So people have had strong opinions on this, but we feel that a lot of our players have now seen the possibilities of what trading skills like other commodities can do. And to tell us more about skill trading and some facts about skills in EVE Online, here is our beloved data scientist, CCP Quant.
Skill trading is a feature that will go live on February 9th. So we're very excited to see this feature go live and the effect it's going to have, both on our players and the economy. The most interesting part of this is how skill injectors are going to be priced on the open market. This is what value players put on the skill points they're willing to sell. There have already been many interesting blogs and discussion threads made for skill trading speculation and how much skill extractors are going to cost. We're not going to be announcing skill extractor prices here, but I want to give you a glimpse into some statistics about skill points. On average, players have 50 million skill points on their main character on their primary account. The average skill point of main characters on secondary accounts is slightly lower at 43 million skill points. Alts, on the other hand, have about 5.5 million skill points on the primary account, but interestingly 7.8 million on secondary accounts. The reason for this might be tied with my next point. On primary accounts, 30% of players have only 1 character slot occupied, 34% have 2, and 37% have 3 slots filled. Again, interestingly, more slots are filled on secondary accounts than primary. This is because players that do have multiple accounts are more likely to be filling them with characters. Those that just have 1 account don't necessarily fill all the slots, as you can see. This graph shows what I really expected, as myself and many players I know did the exact same thing. The main characters are dominantly males, 71% against 29%, but more players make their next ones female. Now, looking at how skill points are generated, this is a histogram of skill points per hour for all active subscribers. A peak training efficiency is 2,700 skill points per hour, but on average, currently active players train at around 1,900 skill points per hour. I did some investigation on the prices of characters traded on the Character Bazaar in relation to how many skill points they have. This graph shows the past 5,000 character trades done, and the largest ISK transaction made to them prior to being traded. Of course, some transactions are made between accounts of the same customer, some large transactions are made that have nothing to do with the trade, and so on. But these are outliers that can be pretty easily detected with some data mining sorcery. Putting this in perspective of how much it costs to acquire skill points, we can see that, to my own surprise, characters are not being sold for much profit on the Character Bazaar over how much it costs to acquire those skill points. My theory is that when you have multiple accounts, you at some point run out of things to train on your alts. Therefore, skill training as such becomes a secondary product of your subscription. And thus, you can value it under the training time behind it. Since we haven't yet announced the prices of extractors, I can't show you any final price estimates at this time for how much training will cost you using injectors. What I can do though is show you how much the raw cost of skill training for the injectors is going to cost with the diminishing returns we've already announced. Once you add the extractor prices on top of these, they will become even more expensive, shifting the curve upwards. Here you can clearly see how extractor prices and diminishing returns are really our tools for making sure instant gratification comes at a cost. In any case, once skill trading goes live, we are certain to see some very interesting data on the development of skill injector prices that will be interesting even for academic research, since this is an open market in a player-driven economy.
Welcome back. That was very interesting, I hope, and yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And we hope that you've enjoyed the show.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're gonna end by playing you the February release theme, which we just released. So we're gonna leave you with those tones, but I want you to be nice to each other. Keep those spaceships, those friendships, nice and shiny, and we'll see you in space. Thank you for watching.
Thanks. Bye.